Hi YouTube family. Linnell here on my journey into and maybe out of trucking. So this video is specifically about workers' comp. I want to talk to you about how it works, how it doesn't work, some good things about it, and then some bad things about it. And that will hopefully explain a little bit about what I'm going through and have been going through. Okay, so workers' comp. First of all, whoever you work for is in one of two categories. Either the first one, they're subscribing to your state's workers' comp insurance, or they're self-insured. And the thing about that is that you cannot sue your employer at all. Period. Nada. Uh. Um, so don't send me messages telling me to call the Hammer or any of the other billboard attorneys that you see, because they won't do anything. I've called them. I've called them and called them because I have video proof of the negligence of Hub Group in maintaining, or I should say not maintaining, their yard. Pictures, I have proof of sending them the information. It doesn't matter. I cannot sue them at all, period, because they are self-insured. So if your employer does not subscribe to your state's workers' comp or are self-insured, then they have no insurance, and the only way you can receive any kind of care and coverage is by suing them. So that's why workers' comp was put into place. That's what people are experiencing, is they get hurt on the job, and then their employer would say, well, prove it. And so they'd have to sue their employer to get medical care and replace income. So I'm getting medical care from workers' comp for my neck, but by now, as of March of last year, my health insurance ran out. So I don't have any health insurance. Your employer doesn't continue to pay that. I do get some money every week for partial payment for lost wages. So that's the two kind of things. I talked to one attorney who explained it to me finally, because it was driving me nuts. And in fact, he said, even if I died, it would be difficult for my heirs to even sue the company for wrongful death. That's how locked in the workers' comp is. It's really more for the employer. It's not for the employee. So the other thing about it, and this is what I'm running into now, is that they have a schedule of all different kinds of injuries. So if you break a leg, then you should get, a cast, and the cast is on for so long, a certain set amount of time, and then you get the cast off, and then maybe you have some rehabilitation, some physical therapy, and then you're healed. Done. That's it. If there was extenuating circumstances in your condition, maybe, Zane would be a good example. So Zane has, that's how I started trucking, was he had a bone-eating disease and had to have 2 inches of his fibula removed. So if he was on the job and working and broke his leg, that would be a whole different scenario as far as the healing process and the time that it might take for it to heal and things like that. Workers' comp does not take anything like that into consideration. Same thing with my neck. So I had been working, I got, 3 hit and runs in a year, and, had to have my neck surgery, and now my neck's full of all this hardware front and back. Well, workers' comp says essentially that I have a sprain, strain to the cervical, and they don't take into account that my neck is not like everybody else's neck. I mean, it's full of hardware, but it doesn't matter because they have this schedule. So it's this, that's it, and you're done. And so the only time that one of those shark type attorneys would be willing to help you would be if, say I was, for instance, not on the employer's property, but had gone on to make my delivery and I got hurt, say, delivering at Lowe's. Then I'm still hurt on the job. So the workers' comp would kick in and pay for my medical and my lost wages. But then you could get an attorney and sue Lowe's as an example. So I hope that makes sense. It really sucks too because there are some other things for me that might help me, but they're not willing to even look at those. They'll just kick me to the curb here soon and say, sorry, you're on your own. Even though I can't go back to work as a truck driver because I'm so limited now, the pain, this nerve or whatever it is on my neck, just it's horrible. But anyway, that's how that works. They don't compensate for pain, and pain is not included in like the disability percentage that they decide. Oh, you're disabled, 5%, 10%, 20, 30, whatever. So none of that's in consideration. So I just thought I'd let you know that. So when you're working, one of the most important things that you've got to do is you got to take care of you. It's the most important thing. And don't take shortcuts. The company is the company. I've said this in other videos, and I don't mean this to sound awful, even though it does. They don't care about you at all. I don't care who you work for. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about any pain. They don't care about your plans. My plan was to work for Hub or another company for 5 more years and then retire. All of that's been blown away. So make sure when you're out there working, wherever you work, that you're taking care of yourself and you're looking out for yourself. And also, the other really important thing too is to make sure if you have the option for short term or long term insurance, be sure that you get that. So, like when I had to have the neck surgery because it wasn't work related, and I needed to take that time off, I had the short and long term supplemental insurance so that I did receive benefits and continued my health insurance and all that. So especially if you're older, but even if you're younger, you think you're young and I know I used to think I was the Terminator incarnate. You're not. But you've got to take care of yourself. Okay. So that's the thing about workers' comp. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them as best I can. I suppose I should do a disclaimer and say I'm not a workers' comp expert. I'm just going from my experience and from the attorneys that I have talked to. And yeah, so that's it. And please, if you haven't subscribed, I would really love it if you would subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. I don't normally go through that rigmarole and beg people to subscribe, but now that I don't have a future in trucking, apparently, I'm looking for other things, including YouTube, and being able to monetize my channel. The only way I can do that is if I have 1,000 subscribers. That's the bare minimum. So it helped me a lot if you'd subscribe and like the video and all those good things. So again, any questions, put them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. Thanks for being here. Bye.